Greetings, dear HMC friends. It's great to be able to share with you again today. And may the Lord be with you and bless you and lead you on this day. It's almost predictable that I will share today's reading with you at this time of the year, because it's at this time of the year that my garden always reminds me of this important fact. And so we pick up in John's Gospel, chapter 15, and reading from verse 1. I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit, he trims clean, so that it will be even more fruitful. You are already clean because of the word I have spoken to you. Remain in me, and I will remain in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself. It must remain in the vine. Neither can you bear fruit unless you remain in me. And we thank God for that piece of scripture to us today. Yes, for me, it's the time of the year when the roses need to be pruned. Well, actually, if I'm a little honest, I'm about 2 weeks late. This year I seem to have had so many other things that are happening. And so the rose pruning has been taking part in sections. First my back garden, then the front garden, and I've been tackling the roses at church. But I belong to a group on Facebook of rose growers, where they share tips with one another, their favorite roses and ideas with one another. And it always surprises me, because at this time of the year, the fundies come on and remind us, cut back. This is what the rose bush really needs. It needs to be trimmed, and as in the words of John's Gospel, so that it can be fruitful. It can flower well for the next season. That group is full of countless messages of people saying, do I really have to cut it? Can't I leave a couple of branches? You know, I really like it at the moment. You know, I don't think it's going to do it that much good. And the gurus patiently say, cut, cut, cut. If you want for the next season, you need to trim off. How true that is of us, of the many things that we cling to in life, we don't want to get rid of, or things that we remain. I always remind myself that I'm like a vessel that can take so much. If I don't remove part of it, I can't receive anything new. And I wonder too how many times in our journey to God that we hold on to so much old stuff that it cannot be replaced by God's Spirit or by God's leading, because we're so busy clinging on. And so I admire those gurus, because there's times I want to respond to those messages saying, for goodness sake, just cut it. Didn't you hear what was meant to happen? But they gently say, cut, cut, cut. And so God's Spirit gently nudges us that sometimes we need to shed, let go, so that we may be even more fruitful. We may receive and we may give more. So that huge challenge today, what am I holding on that I need to let go? Because in actual fact, in the bigger picture, as John says later, it's like dead wood. And so in our letting go, may we know the hope of the new season. I want to end off with a quote that I really love. And it was the words of Audrey Hepburn. that says if you plant a garden, you have hope for a spring. If we prune, we have hope for a bountiful flush in spring. If we let go, God can grow and do amazing things. So take care, and God bless.